Hello, everybody. It's nice to see everybody on a Sunday edition with Angry Mac. You get to Sundays every once in a while because sometimes Saturdays are just too busy. Got a little information for you. For all you fools out there and people who aren't quite aware, listen up because this is a piece of advice that I'm going to share with you all. You are better off being awake than you are woke. Because going woke is no good. Open your eyes and see what's out there. We have people who are woke and ready to bend the knee before there's even a complaint. We are just bending knees now, and I'm talking about corporations and politicians are bending knees in anticipation of a potential problem. Woke is not the right way to go. In the business, go woke, go broke. You know how that works. Now, let's get to our government a little bit. Now, I'm going to talk about Maxine Waters. Out in California, you know how I feel about those California politicians. They're worse than the New York politicians. She looks like an evil human being. Not because she's black, because I think she has horns underneath her head. She is an evil, disgusting human being. So we all know what's going on in Minnesota right now. And you know the commonality of all these shootings? It's not color, I hate to tell you. It's criminality. It's not complying. It's resisting. Are there tragedies that happen? Yes. But you know why I will never be shot by a police officer? It has nothing to do with the color of my skin. I'm not going to get arrested. And if I do, I will comply. Simple as that. So Maxine Waters went to Minnesota and had a big crowd of her peaceful rioters. And she is edging them on, saying, I am ready to fight with you. You need to fight. And if we don't get our way and this trial doesn't go right, you need to be more confrontational and take more action. Didn't we just have a president impeached for this? She is speaking to a mob that is already rioted and showed you that justice, once again, is a new iPhone and a pair of Nikes closing down a complete mall. She continues to incite violence and riotous behavior. When is her impeachment trial? I want to know, because I'll tune into that hag. She's right up there with the hag Pelosi, who's too drunk to say anything right now. She's so happy, this Pelosi, that her boy Biden won, she hasn't put down the bottle since January 20th. Cheers to you, hag. Oh, my God. Imagine a mayor of a town or a city saying police do not need to carry guns on their person, that they should leave them in the car until needed. When do you know when it's needed? He talked about a routine stop that went wrong. I'll tell you when a routine stop is no longer routine. When the person resists, it is no longer routine. Now it is an act of criminal behavior. But are we surprised? It's just routine. Unbelievable. Oh, it's crazy. And I want to thank our President Joe. As gas prices go up, now reports are coming in that food prices are going up because of the rising prices of gasoline. But you know what's not going up? Your taxes, which I still don't believe it. Still don't believe it. Get back to that mayor again. He was angry, and I'm a bit confused today. He was angry because he doesn't think police should be pulling cars over for expired tags or air fresheners in the window. So the police shouldn't enforce the laws? They're not making the laws. The politicians are. Are we going to let the police decide what laws they should enforce? Maybe they just shouldn't enforce murder, burglary. Who knows? I'm not sure what they should enforce anymore. But why give them a judgment? Just, if it's a law, enforce it. Very simple. Once again, I prefer legal to illegal, which I've said many times. Many times. Now, to the land of celebrity. Some closer to home, some out in California. All week long, actually for about a month, we've been hearing about A-Rod and J-Lo. They're splitting up. They're getting back together. They're better as friends. They're splitting up. Nah, blah, blah, blah. One, who cares? But I find the reason humorous. They said they'd be better off friends, and the report is A-Rod was cheating. Can you imagine A-Rod cheating? A-Rod cheating. Let that sink in, Mr. PED. And then, Hillary Duff. Hillary Duff just had a second child. Or third child, I don't even know. She needed to have her 9-year-old witness the live water birth of her youngest child. So she brought him in the room. She had a special pool set up that was clear, and he witnessed the birth. And she had a reason. Do you know what? I don't care. You know what the reason is? She's insane. Insane. Who does that to a 9-year-old? An adult man doesn't even want to see that. The kid is probably traumatized. What is next? Bring him in the room and watching you how you make babies? Hillary, have you lost your mind? It must be in the name. Hillary Duff, HRC, you're all Looney Tunes. Can you imagine that? Oh, I read it, I couldn't believe it. Oh, and then the CDC. Once again, I can't go a week without talking about the CDC. The CDC has released more information and more warnings that the virus, now, who would have known this? I don't know who pays these people, but a virus is more easily spread in social gatherings. A virus. We had an elected official, a senator, Knobloch or Knoblaw, or whatever her name is, said she was mad because Trump didn't tell her that the virus was spread airborne. Isn't this common sense? Common sense. You know, I have to tell you this. We're moving the time back for the bars being open from 11 to 12. So Corona, the COVID virus, has adapted to our behavior. It knows we're out. So, perfect. And I'll tell you, it must be working because I was out at the bar the other night playing darts. Last call was about 1:45. We wound up leaving the bar at about 10 after 11. None of us got COVID. So the virus must have adapted to now it only comes out after midnight. That's a good virus. Maybe we can get it down to 3 to 3:30 a.m. where most people are sleeping and nobody ever has to worry about the virus again. Maybe that's the latest mutation. Not quite sure, but it is weird that we pay the CDC at all for this basic information. I mean, I don't understand. Do you? Now, we're back to the equality. Equality. People need to realize that equality isn't always fair. Equality doesn't mean everything is going to be the same for every single person. Everybody is treated differently, but hopefully fairly, which equals equality. So let's stop. I read an article the other day. I was a little perturbed at this article. It said that whatever group was too accepting of gayness. Think about that. Who the hell are you to accept anybody's gayness or not gayness? How about you just accept that a person is a nice person? You know what I accept? Your moronic stupidity, ignorance. That's what I'm talking about. You know, I keep getting these emails for mindfulness classes. You know, I am mindful. I'm mindful not to stick my foot up your ass for the stupidity. That's what I'm mindful for. I'm mindful to be accepting of your stupidity. I will not be accepting of your hatred, though. But man, you are stupid. Whoever the author is for this should be done. That person needs to be canceled because I don't accept him. And you shouldn't either. It really is nuts. Nuts. Speaking about accepting gayness, I hear the Bachelor contestant who made it to the semifinals. I don't watch the show. Colton Underwood decided after the Bachelor, after he was on TV, made a bunch of money, got some fame, that he's going to come out as gay. Good for him. If he's gay, he's gay. But the man has now got a whole nother show out of it. So I ask you the question, is the man really gay or is he a genius? That's what I'm talking about. Genius. How much money is it worth? I don't know. I wouldn't want my life story on TV. First of all, it's a train wreck. Maybe people would watch, maybe they wouldn't. But we'd have to start when I was a little tyke. My mother stabbed me in the arm with a fork. We can start there. Now, got a call from one of the squirrels' teachers this week. They were watching the movie Winn-Dixie. And the teacher was asking questions. They were supposed to read it. And the squirrel was the only one asking the questions. And then he got up in front of the class and said, "You all can't answer the questions because you're idiots." Very inappropriate. And then when I asked him what he said, he goes, "They obviously didn't read the book." Logic of a squirrel. I don't know. Very outspoken, this kid. Oh. I was in the stationery store the other day, and there were two older women in there. I'd probably say 70s, white hairs or blue hairs, whatever you want to call them. had their mask on, their glasses on, and the one was talking to the other, and she said, now her name, the woman who was talking, I don't know her name, but the woman she was talking to is Dorothy. And she said, Dorothy, I'm having a hard time driving because the mask fogs up my glasses. I wanted to step in there, but I wanted to see what Dorothy said. Dorothy just said, oh my. Hey, blue hair, take the mask off. What are you doing? What are you doing? I can't believe I continue to see this, but now I'm hearing the blue hairs talk about the mask. I mean, once it goes on and they leave the house, is the idea that it just stays on wherever you go until you enter your own house? Not sure, but apparently that seems it. I saw a whole cross-country track team running the other day, wearing masks, mask under their chin, one had the mask like hanging off their neck. You're outside cross-country running, you're not running with anybody, you're just running the line. Take the mask off, man. Oh, it's crazy. It really is. Now, this is getting a little crazy to me. Apparently, there is a second color barrier that needs to be broken. If anybody knows, just leave a comment underneath. I'm very curious to know what that second color barrier is. I didn't read about this one. I just saw a headline, and the story didn't make any sense to me at all. Is there another color I'm missing? I don't know. Somebody could let me in on this one. Now, two pieces of reading material this week about advice. One woman says, is the first time she got back together with her in-laws since the pandemic. Everybody's got their shot. She felt it was safe to come over. Upon leaving, the parents or the in-laws gave her back all the pictures that they had in their house of her and her family. She said, they don't need these anymore. How should I take this? I don't know. Maybe your husband's looking to get divorced. Maybe they don't like you. I would have just said thank you, get out, don't call back. I mean, really, very, very simple. I'm not even sure where you go and why this is even a problem. They don't want your pictures, take them back, say no thanks, get out of here, don't come back. Don't be nice about it. You don't have to ask any questions. Throw them out. They're done. Now, the other one was interesting. Woman's married for 15 years, and her husband's got 2 sleeve tattoos. So he goes out to get his new tattoo, and he gets it on his neck and his chest. She was so repulsed, she doesn't know if she can stay married anymore. My advice to you is, if this is the way you think, get out now, because the problem isn't that tattoo, sister. The problem is you. Better or worse, there's in a few tattoos. You knew the guy had tattoos. What are you changing the rules for? This is why men go crazy. These expectations are insane. Can you imagine tattoos? I don't want to be married anymore. Oh, just going to finish on this note. The liquor store up the block bought the store next to it, and they're expanding. The place is huge now. I say congratulations, and I like to think that I had a little bit to do with that. Me and the pandemic, of course. Hey, find somebody you love. Tell him you love him, give him a hug. Cheers, I love you, I'll see you next week. And if you can do me a favor, leave a comment. I don't need private comments. Share, leave a comment. Come on, man! As Joe would say. Cheers.